Naduni, Naduni,
Yes, sir.
shall we start or wait for some time?
Shall we wait another couple of minutes, sir?
Okay.
Okay, 14 participants are
Okay,
there.
you inform me, eh?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. There are 19 participants, so we can start,
Okay.
sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
evening, sir.
So today we are going to discuss standard bidding document for goods under national competitive bidding. Last week we discussed national shopping documents, 3 areas: goods, works, and non-consulting service. So we'll have to do goods, non-consulting service separately, and also the works document, not necessarily NCB. We can discuss the major works of CEDA, that is ICB, and perhaps we can use for NCB also. After that, we can discuss international competitive bidding goods and information systems bidding documents, and design and build bidding documents. Finally, the FIDIC conditions of contract. But I already informed to your university officials, I will be away from the country from basically 14th of December to 23rd of December. So therefore, we will miss 2 Wednesdays. But I asked to arrange that before my departure, additional 2 days, if you like. I don't know whether you like or not. We can work on Saturday evening or Sunday evening. I don't mind if you want to finish this off quickly. Otherwise, we'll start after my return. Anyway, you have to decide that. Okay. So we'll discuss standard bidding documents. We have developed that. National Procurement Agency developed in 2005. We are using this document right now. The bidding document consists of 2 volumes, which include all the sections indicated below and should be read in conjunction with the addendum issued in accordance with ITB closing. You all know now, whatever the document we issue from the purchaser's point of view, then the bidder may request some clarifications. Then we will conduct a pre-bid meeting. If we change a document, anything, so we will issue addenda. So that is part and parcel of the bidding document. So this volume 1 consists of 3 sections. Section 1, instruction to bidders. Section 6, conditions of contract. Section 8, contract forms. These 3 things actually, what do you think about instruction to bidders? That is a standard document. You need not to touch this, right? You have to follow this. And if you want to change ITB, you can do using the bid data sheet under the same number. We'll discuss one by one. That is very important for you to use this document for your practical exercises. So we will discuss a practical case also today as a workshop, and condition of contract also same. You need not to change, those are standard. So anything if you want to write, you have to use bidding bidding data sheet, bid data sheet, sorry, contract data, that is section 7, right? Condition of contract, contract data, instruction to bidder, bidding data, right? Contract forms, that means contract agreement, performance agreement, and form of bid. Those are binding to the contract. So that is volume 1. Volume 2 consists of, in addition to section 2, bidding data, evaluation and qualification criteria. We have discussed earlier how we should write our evaluation and qualification criteria, because if you don't write the correct criteria, you will be facing a very difficult situation under the evaluation phase, because you can't change. If you have made some wrong thing, or you have missed something, criteria that you can't take into account or take into the consideration, even if you are losing something. So that is very important. Bidding forms, there are various bidding forms. Some are standard forms like price schedule or whatever. Some you can develop based on the situation. Sometimes we have to develop some annexes or various information. We'll discuss. Schedule of requirements, that is purchasers requirement, is spelled out in the section 5. So as I discussed earlier, contract data, if you want to change any conditions, you'll have to write in the contract data. Finally, invitation for bid. The bid notice is also mentioned as a component of the bidding document. This is our standard bidding document. So NPA has developed standard bidding document, procurement, general goods, National Procurement Agency, SBD 1, right? Okay, now we will have to use that also. This is the standard bidding document. We have to discuss one by one. Instruction to bidders. 1.1. UK. ITB shall be read in conjunction with the section 2 bidding data sheet, which shall be precedence over ITB. That is very important. Whatever written in the ITB, you can change using the bid data sheet. So then that will be governing, right? We'll see how we can fill up that bidding data pertaining to each conditions, each instructions. The purchaser indicated in the bidding data sheet, if you immediately go to that bidding data sheet, you'll have to fill that. Here, 1.1 says the purchaser. You must mention, say, section 2 bidding data, the following specific data for goods to be procured shall complement, supplement, or amend the provision and the instruction to bidders. As I mentioned, whenever there is a conflict, the provision here shall prevail over those in ITB. That is, as I said, this is the prevailing document for the particular ITB clause. Instruction for completing of bid data sheet are provided as needed in the notes in italic mentioned for relevant ITB clause, right? That is given some italic forms also. So here, if you read this note, insert complete legal name of the purchaser's entity, procuring entity. So legal name, for example, Director General, Department of something, right? Okay. Now go to second one. Throughout the bidding, this bidding process, the term in writing means communicated in writing, written from by mail or whatever. If the context so require singular means plural and vice versa. And day means calendar days always. source of fund. So now we have to concentrate the highlighted thing. Specific payment under this contract will be financed by the source. So you'll have to fill that also. Then you understand how you can fill up this document or use this document. So purchaser has to fill something, bidder also has to fill something. Here, the name of the, what is this? The source of finance, funding. Here, number 4. Insert the source of funding such as GUSL, World Bank, Asian Development Bank. So if it is GUSL, that is enough. The second one, ITB 1.1, the name and identification number of the contract are, because each and every contract you should give an identification number. Insert title of procurement and bid number, reference of the procuring entity. So that is also carefully you must use in a systematic way, starting from number 1 of the financial year. Supposing this 2024, you have goods, you have works, you have non-consultant services, you have consultant services also, right? All are your contract. So you have to follow some same serial number procedure. I can ask your experience. Supposing this is the third contract, purchasing of computer equipment, which we are going to discuss today, right? How you, your department is department of X or whatever. How you fill up that, this area? Department of X, year 2024, goods procurement, GUSL funding, and number 3, because we have Lowell Bank funding, ADB funding, different funding. Now you give me the answer how to fill this 2. 1.1. Here, insert title of procurement and bid number reference. The bidder always quote, always give reference to this one. Anybody can suggest me your experience? How you do that? No idea? Hello? How you name your contract numbers? Yeah. Please give your contribution.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
We are identifying our contract number. First, identify the organization of procurement entity.
Yes. Say
After
your
that,
organization.
Urban Settlement Development Authority.
Yeah.
Its name
Urban
USDA.
Settlement. Huh?
USDA.
USDA.
Yes.
Then
Then
here.
slash.
Wait. US. No, I can't write here. I don't know.
So this is a PDF format.
Yeah, I can't change. Right. Anyway, USDA number 1, correct. Then
Slash.
slash.
Then what? Identify the bidding. That's mean housing or whatever.
Okay, goods. Say goods. This is goods.
Yes, goods. Oh, yes, good. Slash
Okay.
year.
Year. Okay. India says year.
Slash and the contract number. Contract number means the sequence of the contract 1, 2, 3, 4 or something.
Okay, but how about the financing? Because you have ADB, you have World Bank and things like that. Better to put GUSL also.
Yes, GUSL.
Okay, and you put the department first, correct? Second,
No,
the
sir,
category.
not.
Category of procurement. Third, you say number 3. This is contract number 3 of the year, no? 4, financing source, right? But how about the procurement method?
Sir, excuse me, sir. I'm
Yeah.
Asari.
Yeah, sorry.
සර් මෙතන මේ මේ ටෙක්ස් බොක්ස් එකක් කරන් සර් අපිට ඕනනම් ටයිප් කරන්නත් පුළුවන් සර්.
In the product text box එකක්
ඔය
ගත්තම
ඔහොම
හරියනවා.
උඩ තියෙන සර් T කියලා ඔය ඩොකියුමන්ට් එකේ උඩ පේන්න තියෙන සර්.
Wait.
වම් අත පැත්තේ සර්. වම් අත
පැත්තේ.
පැත්තේ draw ඊට පස්සේ erase එකක් තියෙනවා ඊට එහා පැත්තේ
Right. Now I can write somewhere. I have to use a text box neither.
yeah.
So
So
in
again you have to click it and yeah.
right. Thank
Yeah, like that sir.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
thank you so much. This is you say UDA,
USDA, Urban Settlement Development Authority.
USDA / you say goods, ne?
Goods. Yes.
Goods /
Here.
I would like to use National Computer Bidding also, NPC, NCB, because we have different methods. Ne? Then you can put 2024 number 1, number 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other information you need? Now you can you identify? Yes. Department. Yeah, GUSL. I said that also. NCB put GUSL here. Source of procurement, no, source of funding, USL / 2024. I think this is complete, right? Okay, good. Now we go back to the document again. Right. Ethics, those are standard things you don't worry about. Just read that. Eligible bidders. If you use World Bank, I said they are eligible countries. They give a list. Other people can't bid. But this is GUSL, no problem. All people are eligible. All bidders shall possess legal rights to supply the goods under this contract. A bidder shall, if you look at the World Bank or ADB document, different. They say only eligible countries. A bidder shall not have a conflict of interest, right? All are general things, don't worry. A bidder that is under the declaration of ineligibility by the National Procurement Agency at the date of submission of bids or at the date of contract award shall be disqualified. The list of debarred firms is available at that will be changed because in the your guideline will be gazetted 25th of this month. You will see the guideline, right? Then you can see the guideline after 25th, right? Then we have made a lot of arrangement for debarment, right? Debarment or blacklisting, and this email address will be changed. It is number 1, Ministry of Finance, National Procurement Commission, in addition to your organization, right? Ministry or department. Foreign bidders may submit a bid only if so stated in the BDS. So we will look at 4.4, right? Look at 4.4 quickly. According to our guideline, foreign bidders also can bid for national computer bidding. We are not precluding, no? But that is a problem anyway. Why we allow foreign bidders to bid? No? Yeah, 4.4. Foreign bidders are allowed to participate in bidding, right? I don't agree this condition, but since we are using GUSL funds, that we can limit. I think we have put some, based on my recommendation, put something in the new guide. I will see anyway. So then now you know how you are going to fill up this bid data sheet, right? If it is allowed, it's okay. If it is not allowed, it is given in the bid data sheet. Only foreign bidder, local bidders. Now you look at the next one. That's how we must learn the bidding document, all bidding documents. This is NCB. Even if you go to ICB, the same pattern. The information is different. Some differences are there. And procurement procedures are, bidding procedures may be different. So you have already learned the single envelope, two envelope, things like that. So we'll see how we can use. If you have the basic knowledge, you can handle all procurement. That is my understanding. Next one, eligible goods and related services. All goods supplied under this contract shall be complied and applicable standards stipulated by Sri Lankan Standard Institute. In the absence of such standard, the goods supplied shall be complied to others internationally accepted. We have given a general clause, right? So need not to worry about the bid data sheet, nothing to fill up. All bid should be local, comply with the local standard or international standard. Contents of bidding document also given in sections, item 6. The bidding document consists of 2 volumes as we discussed. These are the documents. So bidder will understand there are different documents, right? If you go to 7, whenever the highlighted statements are there, you have to be very careful. There should be something in the bid data sheet. A prospective bidder requiring any clarification of the bidding document, including the restrictiveness of specifications, shall contact the purchaser in writing at the purchaser's address specified in the bid data sheet. Okay, look at the bid data sheet now. 7.1. Here, the clarification of bid purposes, only the purchaser's address is. Attention, number 6, what say? Insert name and designation of officers responsible for clarity, because head of the department is not the officer. Maybe a specialized procurement specialized person. Now you have a procurement management division, chief procurement officer, procurement officers should be there, and particular name should be there with his telephone numbers, facsimile, email, everything should be given, right? So bidder will contact and send, but when they send letters, they have to send to the head of the department, right? Number 6A, GSL funded project, insert name and designation of the officer responsible for clarity. Example, head of the procurement division, if any, right? Now if you have any question, you can ask, otherwise I will go like this. This is the way you should learn the bidding documents. Amendment of bidding document, there is nothing but see, to give prospective bidders reasonable time in which take an addendum into account in preparing their bids, the purchaser may, at its discretion, extend the deadline for the submission of bid pursuant to ITB 23.2. In case if there are a lot of clarification comes, sometimes we have to extend the bid validity period. I think some participant asked that question, right? We'll see how 20.3, 23.1. Here, bids, deadline for submission of bids. Bid must be received by the purchaser at the address and no later than date and time. We know that we put date and time, everything. For submission of bids by amending the bidding documents in accordance with ITB Clause 8, in which all rights and obligations of the purchaser and bidders previously subject to the deadline shall thereafter be subject to the deadline as extended. It is given. The purchaser shall not consider any bid that arrives after the deadline for submission of bid in accordance with ITB 23, right? Any bid received by the purchaser after the deadline for submission of bid shall be declared late, rejected, and returned unopened. That you all know. So the point you can learn is, if you want to change the date, the provision is given here, right? Bid data sheet, you give. Now you look at, right. Bid data sheet, any point about, yeah, here. For the submission purpose, purchases address is 20.3. No, yeah, deadline is here. Deadline for the submission of bid is 19 and 20 given here. Insert the date, month, time, year, whatever, example, 15th of, right? 20K insert time, identify PM, 10:30 AM, whatever, right? All things you have given guidance how you can fill up this bid data sheet, but you have to read the instruction to bidders. Then you go to bid data sheet to fill up that. Late bids, withdrawal and modification, everything you know. It is given in the ITB how bidders should label their envelope as withdrawal or modification. Bid request to be withdrawn, everything is given. Now bid opening. Read this. The purchaser shall conduct the bid opening in public at the address, date, and time specified in the bid data sheet. If you go to bid data sheet, you have a place to insert that every information required to fill up, right? That is also you have to look at. Yeah. Bid opening shall take place at address, insert, floor, and room number. You can't just put up the department name and things. I said earlier also, you must put the exact place, because at the last minute, bidder should be able to come and submit his bid. Otherwise, we are very unreasonably, deprive his rights. Date, insert day, month, year, whatever. For example, this time, insert time, identify AM or PM. Generally, we will have to put a morning time. I said earlier also, not generally evening time. Why? Anybody can tell me the answer? We can't just put arbitrary 3 o'clock or 3:30 something like. Why we don't put generally the evening time, no, afternoon time, and put the morning time? Why? Any rationale? No answer?
So any person who is taking the bidding documents in the morning can hand over them by evening?
No. I said the closing time will generally put a morning time, not an evening or afternoon time. Why? Anybody can try?
There may be a delay for the receiving registered post within the
No,
office.
no, whatever it is, that is closed now by 10:30. I mean, in that case, the evening is better now. All the things we can consider in the afternoon. Yeah,
Bid
argument.
opening.
Yeah,
Bid opening takes too much time because
exactly. That is the answer. It is not a simple case in case of very complicated construction work or goods goods procurement. Perhaps you need a couple of hours to complete. If you practically involve, right? Therefore, it takes a lot of time. If you put at evening time, 3 or 3:30, something like that, you cannot finish that after office hours, happening within the office hours. That is the rationale, right? So all the things you must learn. Otherwise, we just put arbitrary time. We don't mind the evening or morning. No, that is not the case. Right? Bid opening. Right. Evaluation and comparison of bid. All are general clauses. Information related to examination, evaluation, comparison, post-qualification of bid and recommendation of contract award shall not be disclosed to all are general things. Nothing to worry in the bidding data sheet, bid data sheet. So you can responsiveness. Just note down, just go through. Preliminary examination, you know that. The purchaser, 32, examination of terms and condition of technical evaluation. Examination of terms and conditions of technical evaluation. I think you are now familiar. Just recall your memory. In the bid examination, we have bid opening first, bid examination. And the bid examination, you have step 1 and step 2. You know that. Step 1, there are a number of points to take into consideration whether bid is acceptable or rejected or not acceptable. And number 2, step 2, we are doing technical and commercial evaluation. Then only we decide the major or minor deviation. The purchaser shall examine the bid to confirm all terms and conditions specified in the condition of contract, and the contract data have been accepted by the bidder without any material deviation or reservation, right? So if bidder has put any condition, we reject that bid, saying that conditional bid, right? The purchaser shall evaluate the technical aspect of the bid submitted in accordance with ITB clause 17. We'll see 17 what does say. You have to study very carefully these areas. Documents establishing the conformity of the goods and related services. To establish the conformity of goods and related services to bidding document, the bidder shall furnish a part of the bidding document evidence that the goods conform the technical specifications. Technical specification, right? And standards. We have mentioned the standard also. Specify the section 5 of schedule of requirement, right? So that refers to schedule of requirements also. Now we go to section 5 also, schedule of requirement. What we can insert in that document. Evaluation criteria. Table, forms, bid submission forms, price schedule, guarantee, security declaration, manufacturer authorization, schedule of requirements. See section 5. It has lot of information. List of goods and delivery schedule, list of related service and completion schedule, technical specification, drawings, inspection and test, right? So note is given. So this is delivery schedule. We'll discuss later. This is related service and completion schedules. We'll have to fill whatever your information, you have to fill some document, some information bidder has to fill. Technical specification, you see that? This we have to give to the bidder. The purpose of technical specification is to define the technical characteristics of the goods and related services required by the purchaser. The purchaser shall prepare the detailed TS, take into account that, number one, the technical consider the benchmarks against which the purchaser will verify the technical responsiveness of goods, bids, and subsequent evaluate the bids. Therefore, well-defined technical specification will facilitate preparation of responsive bid by bidder as well as examination, etc. Okay, whatever it is, we have given a lot of information. Technical specification shall be fully descriptive of the requirement in respect to all things we have to consider when you develop the technical specification. So if you need some goods, say computer equipment, then you'll have to hire a person. If you have in-house person or outside person, you'll have to prepare the technical specification very comprehensively, meeting this all requirement. That is the biggest problem in government procurement. We are unaware of these things. I will do a practical case, then you'll understand what information to be developed under technical specification. The enormous information we have to insert. That is the problem. Whether we have the in-house capacity to do that, whether they also have the enough capacity, they may make mistake, deliberate mistake or unintentional mistakes. So preparation of bidding document is not a joke. That's what I want to draw your attention. You see the technical part, right? We think that is easy. No, it is not easy. So somebody will carefully prepare, complying all the requirement mentioned in the section 5. Domestic preference is not generally applicable to NCB, but during last couple of years, the Treasury has issued some circulars, right? In our new guideline, those are different, but even though it is not given, since the NCB, we have not considered in our standard document about the domestic preference. It is generally for ICB. But we have given some domestic preference, local contractors, local suppliers, especially IT, computer thing. But we'll see in our new guideline what we have written. Domestic preference shall be a factor in bid evaluation only if stated in BDS. If domestic preference shall be a bid evaluation factor, the methodology for calculating the margin of preference and the criteria for its application shall be as specified in the Section 3 evaluation qualification criteria. Now you see, if the domestic preference is given, then you have to mention in the evaluation and qualification criteria Section 3 also. So just think what I am trying to say. So everywhere there's an integration, right? It is not just to read and fill the forms. Evaluation of bids, all are given. There is no highlighted area. Comparison of bids, post qualification, purchaser's right to accept any bid. That is also important here. Purchaser's right to accept any bid and to reject any or all bids. Very recently, we got an appeal when I was sitting at the commission meeting. It's a big issue. The bidder, ultimately government has decided to purchase part of the bid, right? We have not given in the bid evaluation methodology. Can you remember under bid evaluation principles I have given? If you want to evaluate bids item by item, lot by lot, section by section, you must mention in the bid evaluation sheet, right? Criteria. Otherwise, bidder will generally assume government or the purchaser will give a one contract to the lowest bidder. It does not necessarily mean all items in the list is the lowest, right? You know that what I'm trying to say. But government very recently has decided, I mean, in a practical case, to procure one part from one bidder, another part from another bidder. So, but this covers from this also. Here, the purchaser reserves the right to accept or reject any bid and to annul to bidding process and reject all bids at any time. That's the right we have as the purchaser without thereby incurring any liability to the bidders. So you should know that also. Ultimately, we can decide based on some situations to accept or reject part of the bid or a whole bid, right? All right, that is also. Conversion to currency, sometimes it allow local bidders also. We'll see if the bidders are allowed to quote in foreign currencies in accordance with clause 15.1. For evaluation and comparison purposes, the purchaser shall convert all bid prices expressed in foreign currencies into Sri Lankan rupees using the selling rate. You all know that selling rate prevailed 28 days prior. Can you remember? I said we can take 2 dates, either be closing date rate or 28 days prior. I said I told you more rationale is to take 28 days prior. So in the document itself, we have included that. To closing of bid as published by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, if the date falls on a public holiday, the earliest working day prior to the date shall be applicable. We have given in the ITB, nothing to worry at the bid data sheet because nothing highlighted. Domestic preference, evaluation of bids, we mentioned. Comparison of bids. Performance security. Right. Now, just look at this one. This is the area you have to fill up. I said you have nothing to do with the ITB, but you have to read that and fill up the bid data sheet. Now you know number 1, you know number 2, you know number 3, 3.1. Foreign bidders are allowed at the moment. Think that. And see, yeah, number 4.4, what's it? Insert the source. No, it is 5. 5 say insert only the foreign funded project or only when foreign bidders are allowed to participate under GSL funded. Here, that is a good point. Insert only for foreign funded projects or only when foreign bidders are allowed to participate under GSL funded project. Because according to our guideline, existing guidelines say we cannot preclude foreign bidders. But general instruction we have given either both ends. Insert only the foreign bidder. Foreign funded projects is okay. World Bank, ADB, foreign bidders are allowed. Or only when foreign bidders are allowed to participate. That means we have the right to exclude them from the local bidding when the local funding is used, but that is based on the guideline. We'll wait and see 25th. We can check that. Verification, we discussed. The bidder shall submit the following additional documents. That is point 8. If no additional documents are required, may delete this row. Right? So that supposing you don't want that one completely, you can delete. Bid data sheet you can delete. Or you can just say no, nil, or not relevant, something like that, rather than deleting that. 14.3 say, what is number 14 says? Insert amount, but amount. The bidders may quote following minimum quantities. That is the thing I mentioned earlier. If you want different items or large number of amounts, in order to be responsive, at least bidders should quote the minimum number. Can you remember the principle, minimum quantity? If it is the case, you must mention, right? They quote following minimum quantity. List the item together with quantities. So you have to follow, put a list here, right? List the item, all items you have to put here down the line. Say, if you have requested 100 computers, minimum quantity is something. If you say 50 or something, right? The bidders shall quote the local expenditure in Sri Lankan rupees. The bidders may quote the foreign expenditure of the following items in foreign currencies. I said, even if you do NCB, bidders are allowed to quote foreign currencies because those are imported goods, imported items. They need foreign currency. So you must mention what are the currencies you allow, or generally say not more than 3 foreign currencies, but generally all currencies we are not handling here, right? So we have commonly or generally used foreign currencies, dollars, sterlings, but etc., right? Not all the currencies used in the world. There are different currencies now. Period of time, the goods are expected to be functioning for the purpose of spare parts. So that is read 11. Insert only if required. If so, insert duration. For example, if you need spare parts within the warranty period, bidder is obligated. After the warranty period, maybe 2 years, 3 years, then you'll have to mention what are the major spare parts required for maintenance of that goods. You have to give a list. You have to request, then bidder should give the list to put the duration. After sales service, as I mentioned earlier, you must mention required or not required. Generally required after sales in case of goods. No, the bid shall be valid until, now you know, the guideline manual has given some general validity period. Bid should be valid. For NCB, we have given some time. You have to put the exact date, not put 90 days or 120 days. You can put that, but you have to put in addition what is the exact date which should be valid, right? That means we have to keep additional time after closing for our evaluation, get the approvals and award the contract and everything we have to do now. So we have to consider that, but we have given a guidance in the manual for you to fill up. Insert one of the following options. If you have any doubt, go to ITB 21 and read. Bid shall include a bid security or bid security declaration. I said either you can use, generally we are using bid security, but we are encouraging bid security declaration, especially World Bank, ADB, they are encouraging security declaration rather than security. Anyway, you'll have to select either option, right? 20.2, the amount of bid security, you know, that should be calculated. The validity period, if the bid security shall be until that both information, 14 and 15, read that. Insert the amount. say you have to calculate 1 to 2%. I think new guideline also same, but we have made a small change in new guideline. If you look at earlier, we had if they deposit in cash, it is half, 4.5 to 1. But we have changed that. Now it is even cash, so banks deposit same amount, right? So it should be a round of figure. You should not put exactly 1% or 2%. If get say 14,530, you can put 15,000 or whatever, right? So it is calculate the 2%, calculate the 1%, then you decide. Then insert the day, month, and year, and the exact date. This is important. Exact date you have to put. This is the biggest problem still we have. The people, our officers are not filling this bid data sheet correctly, and we put 120 days. The bidder try to calculate, then he calculate 1 day short, then we reject the bid. That is very unfair because of our silly mistakes. So why can't we put the exact date? So I mean, in the future, you should not do that mistake again. That is a big implication to very profitable bids we have to reject because 1 day short. Then they ask whether can we accept that. No, we cannot give that ruling to accept even though you are losing money. That I think in the future, I don't know this government what they are going to do. They are very cautious about the procurement issues. We had a discussion with the Honorable President also, and I think they understand the importance of procurement. Public officers should know very well their role. If they make silly mistake like this, I don't know what will happen. Therefore, your understanding of exact information is very, very critical. Right, then go to ITB 20.2c. The inner and outer envelope shall bear the following identification marks. Number 16. Insert the name and number we mentioned earlier that must appear on the bid envelope to identify this specific bidding process. So if you give a wrong number, so that will go to a wrong tender box. So that number is very important for you to classify your bids. Insert full, right, number 16, that's all. Yeah, 16. The bid submission purpose, the purchase address is again 17 and 18. Insert full name of the officer in charge. Bid submission purpose, the purchaser set. Purchaser is always the head of the organization. Insert the name of the officer in charge. Insert floor and room number. Attention, you can put the officer in charge. Say Chief Procurement Officer or whoever, but outer envelope to attention you can give yes in address. Right. Further, the deadline for the submission of bid is 19 and 20 again. Yeah, talking. Insert the date, month, everything time. I said morning time. Opening, I said closing date, same day. The bid opening shall take place, address, everything again, correct? Floor, room number, whatever. Exact date and time should be filled here. Evaluation and comparison of bid. 34.1. Domestic preference, shall or shall not. Right? If it is shall, you have to put that in the bid notice also. Please take a note. If you are going to say NCB, for example, we are going to use domestic preference. It is given in the bid evaluation factor criteria, and it should be in the notice also. Please note. Right? 35.3D. Otherwise, the point is if government is going to domestic payment, some bidders will refrain submitting bids because they know their price will be higher. Therefore, they will not be selected by they invest money, spend money unnecessarily. So that must give in the notice itself. If we don't give, that is also a problem, mistake. The adjustment shall be determined using the following criteria from amongst those set out in section 3, right? We'll do a practical thing, we can understand. Say number 21. What number 21 say? Select one option and delete others, 2 options. One option is suggest 0.5 to 1% per week, right? Or we can give a lump sum. Why other options are not given? Select one option and delete other. What are the options given? Here given. Option 1, selected adjustment is delivered. No, yeah, delivery schedule is number 22. Refer to schedule 3, evaluation and criteria. Insert complementary detail if necessary. Select one option and delete the other 2. Yeah, you have to select one. Select an adjustment in rupees. Yeah, that's the lump sum. You calculate normally 0.5 to 1% per week. Per day, 0.05%. No? Yes. 1 upon 200. Option 3, select and adjustment is A. So what we suggest is you keep only one option. Don't put 3 options here. Whatever. Deviation in payment schedule 24. Insert yes or no. If yes, insert methodology and criteria. Deviation in payment schedule. Yes. If say yes, we have to give schedule. How we are going to calculate that. The cost of major replacement component mandatory spare parts and services 25. Insert yes or no. Yes, insert the methodology and criteria. Sorry, the earlier one, insert yes or no. If yes, insert the rate per annum to calculate interest earned. So normally, we use the on-lending bank rate. That is, internationally we say London Interbank Operating Rate, LIBOR rate. That is called LIBOR rate, London Interbank Operating Rate, plus 1 or 2%. But locally we say SLIBO, Sri Lanka Bank Operating Rate. That means central bank on lending rate, plus 1% or something we can get. So we can't put arbitrary figures here. That's what I want to tell you. So all are based on some principles and some methodologies. If you give variation to payment schedules, so I always said, yeah, if yes, then they should be penalized. Otherwise, we are comparing apples and oranges. Right? Then bidder understand if I get additional payments or whatever, then I will be penalized for evaluation purpose, right? Then their bid will not be competitive. The following fact, insert any specific criteria. What is it? The cost of replacement. Mandatory spare part number 25. Insert yes or no. If yes, methodology and criteria should be given. Right? Bidder 30.5. Bidders shall or shall not be allowed to quote for one or more lots. Refer section 3 evaluation criteria for the evaluation methodology if appropriate. So I said we lot. Sometimes we lot similar things. That means considering when we lot the things, we must consider from the vendor's point of view. I have mentioned you earlier whether the same vendor can provide that. You cannot put computers and furniture together. That is the point. Because computer sellers are not selling furniture. Sometimes furniture sellers sell steel furniture only. Right? If you want steel and timber furniture, you cannot put together. Because all steel furnitures don't have necessarily timber. Then if you have not lot timber separately and steel separately, steel dealers can't bid for that. Now you understand that. From the supplier's point of view, you have to identify the lots properly. Otherwise, you will not get the best price. And it is also unfair by the some bidder, they can't bid. Bidder shall, okay, anyway, it is given in the evaluation qualification criteria again. The information should be given. All right. Now, any question up to now? Please ask question. Bid data sheet. Okay, anyway, we will discuss a practical case, then you will understand more. Right. Now go to other sections. Evaluation and qualification criteria. Right. Before that, I will see what are the other things we miss. Because standard ITB now we were discussing. After ITB, what is the next document? General condition. Section 2. Section 2. Section 3, yeah. Evaluation and qualification, that is very critical. This section complements the instruction to bidders. Instruction to bidders, we have mentioned this one. It contains a criteria that the purchaser used to evaluate a bid and determine whether a bid has the required qualification. No other criteria shall be used. You know very well. The purchaser shall select the criteria deemed appropriate for the procurement process, insert the appropriate wording used in the sample below or other acceptable wordings and delete the text in italics, right? So we have given some sample criteria, evaluation criteria ITB 30.53, 54, 55, and 34.1, domestic preference, post qualification criteria, requirement. All are part and parcel of the evaluation criteria. You must cover that. Evaluation criteria generally 1 and 2. In case of multiple contracts, that means lotting and things like that, all are something domestic. Then post qualification, I said, even though he is the lowest, I said we have another step, post qualification verification step. That means we look at his actual capacity, whether bidder is a trustworthy bidder and things like that. So we learn of everything theoretically. Now we have to show our knowledge in practical. Say we have given some example in italic. The purchaser's evaluation of a bid may take into account, in addition to the bid price, quoted bid price is one only. All other things are there. ITB clause 14, one or more the following factors as specified in ITB subsection 30.53. So if you have any doubt, go and see what is the 30.53D says and bid data sheet referring ITB 30.5. You see the same number. If you want to write anything related to 30.5D, it should be VDS 30.5D, right? Otherwise, It's not possible to change the number using the following criteria and methodologies. Delivery schedule, we have given a insert one of the following. Yeah, we have given 3 options. 1, 2, 3. You need not to put 3. We have given. The goods specified in the list of goods are required to be delivered within the acceptable time range after the earliest and before the final date, both dates inclusive. So you must say some within 14 days or 21 days, 2 weeks or 3, whatever. All right. After the earliest and before the final date, both date inclusive, specify in the section 6 delivery schedule. If you go to section 6, you will understand what I am saying. Right? Delivery schedule, we'll look at the delivery schedule now. That means you have to insert no? Purchasers officers should insert that information. Go to delivery schedule directly. Price schedule. Schedule of requirement. Delivery schedule. Number 1. The purchaser shall fill. You have to fill in this table with the exception of the column bidders offered delivery date to be filled by the bidder. Except that. Here, all items you have to put. You have to give item numbers also properly. Description, you understand. Computer equipment, laptop, whatever. Quantity, that you understand. Unit of the quantity. Say, numbers, quantity, right? Unit is numbers, quantity is exact. Final project site, designation as specified in the data. Normally, place of delivery is your project office or office. Earliest delivery, latest delivery, right? That we have to give. Insert the number of days following the date of effectiveness of the contract. After you sign the contract, then the effectiveness comes. After signing of the contract, within 14 days. For example, earliest is 14 days. Latest is insert the number of days following the date of effect. Say 21 days. Or you can put the 21 days exact date also. Then bidder should fill up this. Bidders offered delivery day to be provided by the bidder. Insert the number of days following the date of effective. So if bidder give 14 to 21 days, it is okay. If it is 28 days, instead of 27 days, bidder has put 28 days. For example, how you consider that in the evaluation? We say earliest is 21 days, latest is. But bidder has put 28 days. How you consider that at the evaluation? Under what stage and step you consider that point? Because what I want to draw your attention is exact knowledge. You must understand what I am trying to inculcate. So, I mean, you can't cram this subject. You should have a very nice picture in your mind. Then only you can answer this question. But my question is, I have discussed earlier evaluation process, steps and things like that. Now the bidder has put 28 days instead of 21 days the latest. How you, I mean, I'm asking additional question because all are matters, no? How you consider that 28 days? Anybody can answer, please. Otherwise, I get boring. I'm just talking. You are not answering, responding. Anybody? Nobody can answer.
Before we express in the date, it should be practical.
Your mic is not very clear, my dear. Please check your mic. Okay. Say it again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that is clear.
Okay. Before setting the date in the bidding document, we have to
Okay.
check with the market whether it is practical or not.
That is correct.
If it is practical,
Yeah, now we have checked everything. Assume I have put 14 days and 21 days, no? Right? Assume that is the market practice, okay? We have done the correct thing. That is, you are correct. But my question is not that. My question is, instead of 21 days, latest bidder has put 28 days. How we consider such information at the evaluation? Under which stage? Under which step?
based on the requirement, if it is actually required within that period, we can consider it as a major deviation. If it is considered as a minor deviation, we can go for negotiation for that part.
No negotiation. No negotiation. That is okay. Then the team, technical evaluation team can decide whether it is a minor or major. Yeah, you are correct then. 7 days is, if they think is very critical. For example, health ministry, they sometimes
It has to
can't.
be,
Yeah,
the bid price has to be loaded.
exactly. That's what I expected. So one thing is, one part is correct. You have to decide that deviation is a minor or major. Again, I ask, under what section? Under preliminary bid examination. Under preliminary bid examination, I have split into two. Step 1, that is 7 points we have given. Step 2, commercial and technical evaluation. Whether it is a technical or commercial factor. Delivery is a technical factor or commercial factor?
Commercial one.
Commercial. Yeah,
Commercial.
commercial. Correct. So then, okay, the committee say, okay, we can consider it's a critical thing. Health ministry, for example, or the fertilizer, for example, before this yellow maha, they have to deliver, so they can't wait. Then they decide that, okay, and say reject. If we reject, that's no problem. If we accept this as a minor, as one said correctly, then we'll have to consider that we have to load. Loading factor, we'll have to consider what is the damage we have to incur because of the delay. Then that is the methodology to load. Okay, right. Go back to our document again. So then and there we discuss, because all are very critical. Now we finish that one. We finish this one.
Excuse me.
Yes.
So what is loading?
Loading means, I said, we have to always consider, apples with apples. Apples and oranges, we cannot compare. That is the principle you must keep in your mind. That means one bidder give the goods or whatever within the specified period given, 14 to 21 days. One bidder giving 28 days. Even though we consider that is acceptable and consider minor, but we cannot consider his bid. 28 days man bid and 21 or 14 days man bid is same. Even though we accept, that is like apple and oranges, not apples with apples. To compare 28 days and 14 days same, we'll have to punish the later man. Delay man, we have to punish. That is the point. That is called the loading. Loading factors we have discussed in our bidding evaluation and principles. Now we got the point. We punish him.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Earlier also I mentioned payment schedules. Bidder asks additional payments, additional something. I said payments is not a critical point generally. We can allow, but at least for the evaluation purpose, right? So as bidder's additional for advance instead of 20%, for the evaluation purpose, additional 10% he asks, calculate that and consider the interest rate. I said LIBOR, LIBOR, whatever, and calculate if you pay additional payment, what is the additional cost we will incur? Then load to his price. His price is 1 million. Now it is not 1 million, 1 million, 10,000. 10,000 is the interest. Now you understand loading means? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So that is the critical thing we must consider in our bidding document. As when we prepare the bidding document, always think the evaluation part. If you don't have the evaluation knowledge, you cannot fill up this because that is interconnected. So bid submission form is the form. You don't worry about that. Bidder should fill up. Finally, he should sign, duly authorized to sign. That is also, you know, that evaluation who should sign. That is not a problem. Price schedule. The bidder shall fill. But we will give some information here. The price schedule. Unless otherwise allowed under ITB 15, the bidder are required to quote the prices under A column. Is A, right? Bidders may quote prices under B column. Here, goods be imported and give. Goods to be imported and supplied. Here, goods are related service offered within Sri Lanka. That means locally manufactured or already imported, both in A. B is, once the order is placed, he will import and give. Purchaser is advised to fill column 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3 before issuing the bidding document. So all other information to be filled by the bidder, right? Now look at what we have to do. Lot, I said, if you have lot, you have lot A, B, C, or whatever, 1, 2, 3, whatever the way you say, and items. Say this may be steel furniture. This may be timber furniture. This may be something different. But the procurement should not have completely different things. For example, you cannot package furniture and computer together. It is very unreasonable. All furniture is okay. Computer equipment is a separate category. That also you must learn. All unrelated things you cannot put together. Okay. Description of goods or services you must mention. Quantity, unit price, inclusive of duties, sales, and other taxes. Right? So when we consider goods, we want the price, his selling price. We don't worry his various taxes. What is business? What is that different taxes now? I don't know. What is called excise tax, so duties, various taxes. That is his problem. We don't worry. You put your price excluding VAT. VAT is not a problem. VAT can be given separately. Price per line item, column 3 and 4. Right, 3 and 4. Once we give this one, We ask quantity, then bidder will fill up that. Then that we have to do. Bidder has to do. Here, bidder should fill up inland transportation, insurance, and other related services to be delivered the goods to the final destination if not included under column 4. This price is the extractory price. Then goods to be delivered to our project office, Jaffna or Mana. Then he has to put insurance or various other costs, right? Total bid price excluding VAT, bidder should put discounted total, if any, excluding VAT. So sometimes bidder will give a discount. Total price including VAT. Now we have to give VAT separately. You will have to give VAT if you are VAT registered only, right? Total price, I mean, this VAT will not consider for evaluation purpose. This is the price we consider for evaluation. Discounted total bid price. This is the column we consider. Number 8 is considered for evaluation purpose. Right? Okay, that is for local goods. If you think we allow bidder to import and give, but sometimes we have to give, no? Then unit price, currency, bidder will put the currency, right? For this item, US dollars, 1,500, right? Unit price for the item, this item. Unit price, amount, currency dollars, 1,500. Foreign cost per line item, column 3 into 12. Column 3 here into 12. Then is the amount, total amount. Dollars, sometimes different currencies also. All related cost to be, everything should be given here. Okay, you can read that. We guarantee is a general format. Declaration is a general format. Manufacturer authorization is a format we must submit. Schedule of requirement we discuss. Here, list of goods and delivery schedule. I think we discussed earlier also some point. The purchaser shall fill in this table with the exception of the column bidder offered delivery date. Right, we discussed that now. List of related service and completion schedule. That is another list. We'll see. This table shall be filled by the purchaser. The required completion date should be realistic and consistent with the required goods delivery dates. Right? Say description of good, quantities, unit, whatever. Place where service shall be performed. Final completion dates we have to put here. The completion date. Related services, not the goods. For example, we say your computer should be installed, right? That is a related service. And commissioning, right? We'll have to give some final completion date, right? Technical specification we discussed. Technical specification. So that is a very critical document that we cannot discuss here, that you need a technical knowledge for each and every area, because technical experts should prepare, but just get an idea. The technical spec may be provided in the following format. The bidder shall fill the columns 6 and 7. 6 and 7 bidder should fill up, right? All other columns we should fill. All item, description, subcomponent. I will give a case study. purchasers requirement, details, everything here. Here, number 33, 32, line item. Same as list goods and delivery. Same we discussed earlier, delivery schedule, same list. Same as list goods and delivery schedule. 33 also same. Same thing. 34 say subcomponent. Insert identification name for subcomponent. That computer or whatever has some various subcomponent. You have to list. 35 says details. Insert, I don't know whether you can read. 35. Insert the detailed specifications of subcomponent. That is very critical. So various technical jargons are there, right? You will understand when once we discuss the practical case. 36 says mark the subcomponent that purchaser will consider as critical during the evaluation as seen. So earlier, we'll give what are the critical things we must consider. Not all items are critical, right? What are the critical? We have to mark critical. 37 here. Bidder's response, I think. Bidder's offer, remark. 37. If the bidder has stated N in column 6, right? Column 6, right? Yes or no? No. If the bidder has, say, requirement given, priority given, bidder say no. And that the bidder shall fill information of the offer against the subcomponent under column 7. That means he is offering some more better solution sometimes. If the bidder has said yes in column 6, the bidder has the option of providing additional information of this offer to establish that it's conform to the specifications given. Whatever it is, that is up to the bidder. So we will fill something and bidder has to fill something, right? Okay. Now go back to the document again. Drawings. Even goods, sometimes we have to give drawings. Again, the technical professional job. The bidding document include insert the following or no drawings. Not always the case, no. If document shall be included, insert the following list of drawings. Drawing number, drawing name, purpose, etc. Inspection and test. The following inspection and test shall be performed. Insert the list of inspection and test. That also again the expert thing. What kind of inspection bidder should submit, accredited agent should submit along with the bid. Various inspections should be done by the bidder, right? We will, our inspection team, our committee, now we name guideline, we have a separate committee called the Good Acceptance Committee. So we have given some instruction how they can check. They can check the accredited test reports, or sometimes they can go for sample testing. That is the biggest problem in our procurement. No? Evaluation committees very correctly evaluate bids, but ultimately that goods be received by very ignorant people. They don't know anything about the technical things, jargons. They just accept the goods. Like a storekeeper, I'm not undermining anybody, but storekeeper doesn't know anything about the technical parameters of the goods. He will just count the number. Even computer, he count the 10 computer, just he doesn't know the difference. He has no knowledge test. That is the biggest problem we had in our document. Therefore, we have included new committee, introduce a new committee, acceptance committee. You will understand once the guideline is issued. Okay. Right. Before we stop for break, I would like to discuss the other quickly. Condition of contract, we have no time to discuss. Okay. We'll stop for a break now and go to condition of contract and special conditions. Okay. Then we can consider our practical case. Any question up to now? You get some understanding about the document? Are you comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall we stop for a break then?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, will.
Okay. Shall we start again? Ready? Right. Now, the conditions of contract, those are again standard. Don't worry about this document. This document, once we issue, that standards are given. You need not to change, you can't change, and you just go through the contents of ITB, condition of contract. But you should worry about the contract data, which you have to fill like the bid data sheet. Right? We'll discuss one by one or relevant one. Here, contract data. The following contract data shall supplement or and amend the condition of contract. Whatever said in the contract, the condition of contract, you can amend or you can delete. You can add something additional, but not deleting the condition of contract, but put the same number under contract data. For example, if you want to delete 35, for example, it is not relevant here. Then you say 35, delete condition of contract 35. That's enough. That means bidder should read without 35. That not apply, for example. That is the point you must learn here, like the bid data sheet also. Same thing, same principle. Whenever there is a conflict, the provisions here shall prevail over those in the, again, the same thing. Whatever there is a conflict between your conditions and this document shall prevail, right? The purchaser shall select, insert the appropriate wording using the sample below or other acceptable wording and delete the text in italic. So we have, whenever they have given italic, in between, they have to delete, right? We'll go some, yeah. I mean, there are not much, no. We'll go to the standard document and see what are the relevant highlighted area to be filled in the contract data. Then you get the same understanding. So all these things, nothing to worry. All are definitions and things like that. Contract documents, contract interpretation, language. You have to read carefully. But here, notes, number 8. Any notices, any notices given by one party to the other pursuant to the contract shall in writing to the address specified in the contract data, right? We'll go to 8.1 of the contract data now quickly. We'll see if we have missed any point again. Yeah. Again, no. Yeah, again they have put the 1.1 also. Why we missed that? 1.1, how it missed? Contract price means purchaser means the entity purchasing the goods and related. I think this should be the one. We'll see. Yes. It is not highlighted, maybe a mistake. Huh? Yeah, 1.1. The purchaser is, that is the below given. Insert complete legal name like cover bid data sheet. Right? One name, the project site, again, 39. Insert the name, detail of your project or office, whatever. 8.1, that is the one we got as highlighted. The notices, I think this should also be highlighted in 1.1. 1 and M, that may be a small mistake. Anyway, don't worry. It is given in the contract data, no? It is also standard format. The notices the purchaser all should be given attention, the officer in charge. Insert the full name, the officer if applicable. That means the contracting officer. Address, telephone number, like our bid data sheet. Once the contract is signed, there should be a contracting officer. Not the same purchasing officer sometimes, because maybe an engineer, maybe because we have not thought of contract administration part yet. I am telling you, we are on the midway of developing a contract management guideline. Contract administration, or we say contract management guideline, then we will address all issues. But that is the problem in our country, because we still don't have proper legal framework, right, for officers to follow, right? So we have to identify some officer, even for goods. Once the goods are purchased, inspection committee is there. Who will receive these goods? Then we have to, the agency should identify, he is the person in charge of receiving goods. Under him only all contract to be implemented. Details of shipping and other document to be furnished by the supplier are 12.1. Look at 12.1. We'll go other way, then easy. Twelve. 12.1 here. Subject to condition 32.1, delivery of goods and completion of period service shall be in accordance with the delivery completion schedule. Then the requirement, where applicable, the details of shipping other document to be furnished by the supplier as possible. In case of shipping goods, what are the documents we need? Right, we'll look at the contract data 12.1. Details given in the 41. Insert full name of the designation of officer if applicable. Insert shipping detail and other document. Right, so all the documents we must mention here. For example, invoice, the shipping documents, delivery, insurance, various documents are there, no? So bidder shall submit that. Okay. If you look at this one, 15.1, if you look at that, it is there in the condition of contract. Sample provision selected appropriately. Condition 15.1, say in the previous document, the method and conditions of payment to be made to the supplier under this contract shall be as follows. A, there are two options we have given in the guideline also. Goods offered within Sri Lanka. Payment shall be made in Sri Lankan rupees within 30 days. In the guideline, in the document, we have mentioned 30 days. I mean, if we can't pay within 30 days after delivery, that means we have to penalize. We have to pay additional interest, right, to the supplier. Days of presentation of the claim supported by a certificate from the purchaser declared that the goods have been delivered and all the contract services have been performed. Once everything is done, test is done, inspection is done, everything. So we will have to make the payment within 30 days, right? On delivery, some payment, on acceptance, some payment. There are two parts. On delivery, soon after the delivery, up to maximum 80% of the contract price shall be paid on receipt of goods and upon submission of the documents, not acceptance. Acceptance is the second part. I said this new committee also. Earlier, we didn't have any committee. a person is accepting, there are a lot of fraud and corruption are open then, and there are lack of knowledge also. On acceptance, the remaining 20% of the contract price shall be paid to the supplier within 30 days again after the date of the acceptance certificate for the respective delivery issued by the purchaser. So that committee should issue a acceptance certificate. Then only the purchaser supplier can get the balance 20%. Imported goods. In case of imported goods, C42, 1 or 2, 3, that is 43. Yeah, 43 currency of the contract price, right? In dollars or whatever. Payment of foreign currency portion shall be made in the following manner. So foreign currency payment. On shipment, 80% of the foreign currency portion of the goods shipped shall be paid through an irrevocable confirmed letter of credit opened in favor of the supplier in a bank in Sri Lanka upon submission documents specified in clause 12. So we must mention categorically what are the documents we need. You all know, to clear goods from the customs, they need the certificate, origin, certificate of origin, and various things are there. So once those documents come to our bank, right, then bank will inform to the purchaser, Mr. Purchaser, the document has received. Then we have already issued the letter of credit. Then that will be enforceable once we receive the document. Then our bank will inform to the supplier's bank, and through international banking, the supplier can get 80%. That was not possible during last couple of years due to our insolvency or debt crisis. So we had to pay 100% money, no credit or credit what do you call, letter of credit to be used. Now the situation has a little bit changed. Otherwise, that we cannot continue the international trade. People should understand that. On shipment, 20% upon submission of the required document, which mentioned in clause 12. On acceptance, again the same thing. 20% of the foreign currency portion of goods shall be paid within 30 days of receipt of goods upon submission of claim, whatever acceptance certificate. Payment of local currency portion. There are two portions, local and foreign, mentioned in the schedule. Payment of local currency portion shall be made in Sri Lankan rupees within 30 days of presentation of claim supported by a certificate from the purchaser declaring that the goods have been delivered and that all other contracted services have been performed. Now you know the documents have received, not the goods received. Then the 20% is paid upon receipt of goods and acceptance of goods and delivered the goods from harbor to our project office. All other related services also, for example, sometimes they have to install or they have to commission. Various things are there. Whatever it is, that should be given. That is option 1. Option 2 is different. I don't want to read out everything. On delivery something, on acceptance something. Right? Option 3 is also similar thing. Okay, I mean, we cannot waste time. You can go. Then go to 17.1. A performance security. You all know the supplier, once he is selected, he should sign the contract. There should be a written contract agreement I mentioned with the value is more than something, 1 million or 500,000. The case may be goods may be 500,000. Yeah, now check that. Under guideline, we discuss a new limits. security to be kept as per the percentage given in the guideline. Again, manual. Number 45, insert shall not be required. Generally shall be, okay. In all cases, perform security shall be, the amount should be mentioned, right? The inspection and test shall be 20.1, 46. Insert nature, frequency, procedures for carrying out the inspection and test. That is very critical. So some goods are there. That means the manufactured goods like computers, printers, that we can accept based on the warranty. Because if anything happens, the manufacturer will responsible. That's why we get the manufacturer's authorization letter as well. I said, if we don't get the manufacturer's authorization, we get some local agent's letter that you cannot enforce the warranty clause. So therefore, be careful. Only the manufacturer, original manufacturer in Japan or China or wherever can be issued the letter of manufacturer authorization. So you have to detail out what kind of inspection in other cases, because all things are not like that. Sometimes the goods are inspected outside the country. International accredited agencies are there. Then we can accept that accredited certificates. Sometimes we, in the condition we have mentioned, we will do a sample testing. You know that when the fuel comes to port, our fuel ministry people go to the ship and test, right? Some sample testing. There are various methods. All things are relevant accordingly, that put in the condition correctly. What is the testing method, inspection method, right? Number 25(2) say inspections and tests will be conducted where? At name, location, maybe in Sri Lanka or in outside or whatever. Sometimes different information we can mention. If you read out 20.52, you will get the detailed information about. If you are doubt about anything, read 25.5. Just go to 25.2. Just look at, for example, what is the test related, just to understand. Here, all relevant to test here, inspection and test, right? 20.1, 2 says, the inspection and test may be conducted on the premises of the supplier. I said, first one, the supplier shall, at its own expense and at no cost to the purchaser, carry out all such tests and no inspection of the goods and related service as specified in the contract data. In some cases, 20.5.2, the inspection and test may be conducted on the premises of the supplier, not in here, in other outside the country. It's subcontractors at point of delivery, maybe in Japan, right? For example, when we import vehicles, the test certificate is issued by the supplier. We accept that, right? And at the goods final destination or in another place as specified in the contract data. Whatever the place, we must mention based on the practice. Subject to clause 20.53, if conducted on the premises of the supplier or its subcontractor, all reasonable facilities and assistance, including access to drawings and production data, shall be finished to the inspectors at no charge to the purchaser, right? Whatever the test report, whatever submitted by the supplier. That's how we get the inspection certificate of vehicle, which you are familiar with that now. the purchaser, then every part of the vehicle is inspected. Good, excellent. Or if reconditioned, some they say it's damaged, something like that. The purchaser or its designated representative shall be entitled to attend the test and no inspection referred to in clause point 25. 2. Provided that the purchaser bear all of its own costs and expenses incurred in connection with such attending, including but no limited to all traveling and abroad and lodging expense. So then if you follow this one, the purchaser has the risk and a cost of not the risk, the cost, right? Okay, that's why how the testing. I mean, that's why I said, if you have any doubt, go and read the condition of contract. Then you will understand. What is the next one? Okay, 26.1, liquidated damage. That is the delay damage, right? 48, insert number, right? So as I discussed earlier, what is the percentage or lump sum, whatever, here they are given percentage, but that there should be a maximum in the condition given. We cannot charge delay for all the money. What is the maximum delay charge we can charge from the supplier? Liquidate damage.
One percentage per day.
No, maximum I'm asking.
10%.
Maximum
10%.
10
Yeah,
percentage.
maximum 10% of the contract price. Okay. Now they have delayed more than 10%. What happened? What will happen? What action we can take?
Liquidated damage.
No, that is liquidate damage. No, we are charging. We are charging liquidate damage. Maximum has arrived 10%. Further delays are there. What can we do? Purchaser.
Arbitration.
No. We have to terminate the contract.
Terminate.
Yeah, terminate the contract. The termination clause is also there if you read properly. If you read this 26.1, after 10%, what will happen? Right? 26, maximum amount, we have mentioned 10%, right? Number 10%. Our guidelines say. Okay. Then table of forms, those are general forms, contract agreement. There are different contract agreement. In this one, we have given the lump sum, right? In case of construction, we have the various other things. As I mentioned, the rate contract or sometimes performance based, various the payment terms we discussed. Then performance security form, bank guarantee, all things are standard format. Don't worry. This is a contract agreement we have prepared. We should have a contract. Performance security. Once the contractor supplier fill up the performance security and guarantee of advance, if you are going to pay advance, I mean guidelines say either can be paid 20% advance, or in case of international trade 30%, and then those things are there. So then all forms are standard. Invitation now bit finally, this also you can look at how the invitation should be given, the information, insert the name, insert the project, the contract numbers as we discussed, all the other information, right? You must correctly mention in the notice, right? Notice should be published locally in local newspapers. International, there are different methods, different ways, right? So with this, we'll stop the document and we'll go to practical case. Right. This one. What is this? This is Ministry of Education. This is a practical case we did when I worked for a project. I said World Bank project. For IRQ, we said that is for university. IRQUE, improving relevance and quality of undergraduate education, right? So numbers are given. Ministry of Education, University of Mana. Improving relevance and quality. Here again, credit number. That is World Bank funded thing. But we have used the NCB document, procurement goods, national computer bidding. World Bank also has a document, but some provisions related to funding is given in that document. Supply, what is the procurement? Supply, delivery and installation of computers and accessories under this project. Okay, within document, there are two parts, volume 1 and 2, volume 1 of 2, section 2, 4, 8 and 9. Within document, that is volume 2 of 2, section 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 and 10. Now look at the document. First one. Here, document. This is the document we have correctly filled up pertaining to this procurement. All the things we learn with data sheet and condition of contract, special condition for contract data and other information like specification, don't worry, that has to be done by separate experts. But as procurement people, you should know what we have filled up for contract data and the bid data. And notice also that is procurement job, right? This is the job. Delivery, installation and that is a computer purchasing. So as I discussed earlier, instruction to bidders, general condition, forms. Under forms, now we have specified forms here. Bid security form, contract form, performance security form, bank guarantee or advance form, manufacturer authorized form, cost of maintenance. That is also a form given. That means after sales service. Eligibility for the provision of goods works and bank, no, the World Bank has given, I said that some countries. That is not relevant for locally funded things. All people can bid. Instruction to bidders. The same thing. Now we should not repeat that. The same document we discussed earlier. Well, we have to worry how we have filled up the bid data sheet. Theoretically, we learn. Now practically, considering a particular procurement, how we have filled up that bid data sheet. Is your concern. General condition also, don't worry, standard as we discussed. Forms, all are general standard things, nothing new, all are standard format used. Bid security form is also, but we have given some number additional here. Invitation bid security form, we have given the reference number. We have given, like the department, we have put project name. MBSL, University of Mana, NCB 61. That is how they are given. Method. World Bank name is not there. That is, I think, the project to see how they have given the name. That is not a problem. That is also a contract form. That is, don't worry, that is standard. What we have given is only the contract number is inserted. Here, performance security, we have added something. The bank will address to us, Vice Chancellor, University of Mannar. In the normal form, this is not there. Right? We have inserted that. We have inserted this also. The performance security form. No? See what we have done is given in red color. Here, guarantee also, advance payment, if you pay, bidder should request. And we have mentioned the contract also, name of the contract. Okay, these are general standard things. Here, the manufacturer's authorization. We have mentioned that. And the manufacturer should address that to Vice Chancellor, University of Mannar. Cost of maintenance. This is our document we have developed. Format 11A. So this is not in our general form. That's why I said sometimes we have to develop some schedules, annexes based on the situation. Bidder, this is not, you cannot find from general document. Bidder is expected to indicate relevant cost in maintenance of equipment concerned, which will have to incurred by the purchaser after warranty period. After warranty period, how, right? That's I said, we say bidder should give 12-month warranty. But what will happen after warranty period? Then we are at a risk, right? So we get the cost of maintenance from the supply also, because sometimes the purchasing price is low. Like some printers, for example, some laser printers, their purchasing price is low, but their, what do you call this, ink is costly, right? Some machines, whatever, their initial cost is lower, but high repairs. Maintenance cost is very high. Since we don't have a life cycle costing, this is a normal method, no? Then we will have to consider at least for another 3 years or 5 years sometimes, maintenance cost. So bidder should fill up this. The projected, can't read because of the small letters. Yeah. The projected prices have to be recorded in the schedule given below. All figures therein should be indicated per site basis. That means bidder should deliver to the site for the respective duration after the period of warranty. Whatever the warranty, normally 12 months. Sometimes we can ask more warranty also, 12, 24 months. But the problem is if we put more warranty, that will affect the cost. Bidder will load the cost. The bidder is hereby informed that the figures given here are binding upon the bidder, which will form a basis for a maintenance agreement. That means we will have to sign a separate agreement with the contract supplier, maintenance agreement. Contract agreement plus maintenance agreement. In case of bidder being selected to perform the contract. Now you learn this one. In addition to the contract agreement, then we, at the very beginning, we propose bidder should give your major repairs, spare parts, etc., for the upcoming years. All the items we have listed, because now this is a real case, no? Not, there are 3 packages, 1, 2, computers. How many? Quantity, ICT center 71. Notebook computers 5. High-end servers 1. Package 2, here this is computer, this is all printers, separate package. Inkjet printers, DOS metric printers, dot scanners, then UPS 265.6. Okay, these are the 3 packages we have introduced. Then bidder should give maintenance cost per annum to include cost of spare parts, materials, labor, traveling, and accommodation. Okay, first year we remove because that is covered from the warranty. From second year onward, 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes we can put 3 years, but more rational to have at least 5 years because new goods, right? So bidder should fill up this one, okay? Total cost per annum per site, that then we can calculate the total cost for first year, second year, etc. Note, first, second, third year are to be under warranty for personal computers. Then we give a note. Personal computers, first, second, and third year to be covered from warranty. Right? For personal computer, notebook, computers, high-end servers. Note 2, first year to be under warranty for inkjet printers, dot matrix, etc. So printers only first year. Others are 3 years. First, second, and third to be covered from the warranty. All right. Okay, still he should identify the cost of spare parts, materials, all right, maintenance cost. So those expenditure we have to incur, right? Because if you buy a vehicle, for example, warranty is given. How? First year or 50,000 kilometers, whichever come first. All right. If you sign a maintenance agreement, if engine is gone within that year, they will replace the engine. Something like that. Right. But after 1 year, if whatever the replacement cost, then we have to pay for that after the warranty. Within the warranty, that is covered major thing. Section 9, eligibility for the provision of goods. That is again the World Bank case, right? Now you understand that is not relevant to GSL. They have given some countries they can't accept. Andorra, Cuba, for example, maybe Iran. I said those they can't. Iraq, they can't beat World Bank project. So that is not relevant. Okay, now you understand that. Now go to volume 2. That is section 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10. What is the annotation of bid? Bid notice, bid data sheet. That is most important. How you prepare actual bid notice, how you prepare bid data sheet, that is you fill up. That is your job. Special condition is your job. Schedule of requirement, your job. Technical specification, your job, but I said it's a expert job, not essentially the procurement officer. Bid form, price schedule, part of that you have to fill up. Not full information, part of that you have to. So these basically you will have to fill. That is your job. Invitation for bid. Here. So University of Mana, that is the first line. Then we have put the project name and funder. Section 1, invitation for bid. That is important. At the very beginning, they will understand what is the procurement. Supply and computer equipment. Right? And University of Mana, similarly, your department. Then the contact number, procurement, as we discussed earlier. NCB, yeah, numbers, others are there. This is the department number. Okay, those are different normal thing. You can just follow. The Vice Chancellor or head of the department, University of Mana, now invite seal bids from eligible bidders for supply, delivery, and installation of computer and accessories in the following 3 packages. Here, package 1, 2, 3, I said all in. Bid security we have calculated and given, right? That is your job now. You have to do in the notice itself. That is 1% or 2% in between. You calculate a lump sum, I said. Right? Bidding will be conducted through national computer bidding. You have to mention that. Procedure specified in the World Bank or GUSL guidelines. In our case, GUSL guideline. Done. Right? In our case, as here, in the future, you can say GUSL guideline issued by the National Procurement Commission 2025, for example. January, and whatever the date. And it's open all bidders from eligible source of party. That's a normal thing. Instead, eligible bidders may obtain further information. Here, this is the officer, Deputy Bursar, supplies, University of Mana. That is the specific information you should give. And inspect the bidding document at the office of the LTS, whatever the project office, supply branch, University of M, email, everything you should give. Time, date, everything here. Email address before from 10 to 8. Right? Working days between time. Right? Now you understand how you fill up this. A complete set of bidding document, English. Still we don't have other language. Even though we don't know English, but we have to do that. What to do? Maybe purchased by interested bidders up to here 12 noon working days up to 8. Whereas we close issuing bidding when 8. I don't know, 9. They have put the same date. No? They can get the bidding document same day, but it is not the case. Normally it should be 7th because one day before bidding document cannot be issued on the same day. I put, for example, 7th May. Closing is 8th, right? One day before. On submission of a written application to the Deputy Bursar, again, all information you have to fill up. Upon payment of a non-refundable fee, you have to put that also. To the staff of the university, the document may be purchased until one day before. Yeah, here you have put one day, but this is wrong, I said. Same day, no? Right, one day before until 1 day before the deadline of submission of bids given in the paragraph 6 below. Bids must be delivered to the address below on or before at below on or before නේද? මේක වැරදිනේ. On or before the time. You see, we are given afternoon time without thinking much, but maybe this is not a very complicated one. Simple NCB, but I give, if it is ICB very complex, it is not desirable to put a afternoon time. Anyway, all bid must be accompanied by a bid security of package 1. If you are giving packages, you have to give the bid security separately. Right? That is also many people mistake. They ask bidders to give the security for all. That is completely wrong. We'll have to put say 3 securities, and as I mentioned earlier, 90,000, package to 7,000, 7,000, right? Late bid will be rejected. Bid will be open in the presence of bidders representative who choose to attend the bid at 2 p.m. the same day, opening date. Okay, address is given, telephone number, fax, everything is given for bidders to purchase documents and submit security, bids and everything. Duly filled and sealed invitation mark, invitation and supply of bid, computers and blah, blah, blah. On the left hand corner, everything should be given on the top left hand corner of the envelope. So who is giving that notice? Not the bursar, head of the organization. Vice Chancellor, manner, telephone, email, everything. This is the complete notice, right? Now, if you want to prepare a notice for a goods or works or whatever, similarly, in NCB, this is the general format. Now, earlier we discussed bid data. Now, you put the correct information, name of the borrower. That is an additional point because it's a loan. ITB1, World Bank document also we have considered. The government of Democratic Republic of Sri Lanka, right? Borrower, credit number is given. But name of the project එකක් තියෙනවනේ, that is a project. Name of the contract, supply, delivery, installation, and things like that. So instead of the purchaser, we have given the name of the borrower, right? ITB 1.1. Okay, we'll see. Name of the contract, all package information is given here. Bid security is also given here. This all our filling, all put up by our people. Bidders are allowed to option bid for one or more. Bidder can bid one package or no more. All packages. Bidders shall quote for all the items in each package. If you select, say, package 1, you cannot submit only personal computers. You have to put all items. Otherwise, bid will be rejected. All items in each package for the bid. So therefore, that's why I said you should have a very clear understanding of how you package lot. Here in goods case, we say the new name we have given lot, not the package. In the future, in the new guideline, we have put a new name is lot. Because package name we reserve for works. Right? Otherwise, you get a mixed idea. Okay, now you got some point to meet for the total quantity. Yeah, what for which bid is submitted and for the total quantity required under each item. Then not only they must submit all three, all quantity, not 50 computers, not three, not something, not less than that. Otherwise, because we have mentioned here, we need all, right? Otherwise, bid will be rejected as commercially non-responsive. Partial bids for any one package shall be rejected. Here, partial bid shall be rejected and treated as non-responsive. Bid evaluation will be carried out package-wise. Multi-package discount offered, if any. So they can offer discount also. Shall also be considered in evaluation. Discount will be considered. Some bids, very rarely, we say discount will be not considered. All right, due to some reasons, discounts are not considered, very rare. But shall also be considered evaluation. Based on such evaluation, award of contract or contracts would be made to one or more bidders, right? For one or more, all packages on the basis of least evaluated cost. So we say lowest evaluated substantial responsive bid. Rather than least, now we say lowest. That is the correct word. Lowest. Lowest evaluated cost. Rather than lowest evaluated substantial responsive. We must mention that also. Substantially response. So that word is important. Cost to the purchaser, provided that such bidders has been determined qualified according with the provision of, here they have given the ITB provision, ITB 13, what are the qualifications? That is post qualification, I think. We'll see what is the qualification, what is 14, no? What is the number? 13, ITB 13, we'll look at ITB 13. If you have any small doubt, just go and see the other document. Okay, no point of checking again. Right, we'll see later. Right? Okay, we'll see that the document must be here now. We'll see 13. 13 here. 13 says, document establishing bidders qualification. What kind of bidders bid can be submitted? What are their qualifications? Pursuant to ITB clause number 9, the bidder shall furnish as part of its bid document establishing the bidder's qualification to perform the bidder's qualification. Bidder's qualification to perform. The documented evidence of the bidder's qualification to perform the contract, if its bid is acceptable, shall establish the purchaser's satisfaction. That in case of bidders offering a supply goods under the contract which bid not manufacture, bidder not the manufacturer. Bidder is not the manufacturer, is not manufacturer, or otherwise produce the bid that has been duly authorized by the goods manufacturers. Authorization, we say manufacturer's authorization. That means bidder is not the manufacturer, he should submit the manufacturer authorization. That is the point. Or produce to supply the goods in the purchaser's country. Or here in Sri Lanka, locally manufactured. That the bidder has the financial. There are a number of things I said we earlier discussed. financial, technical, and production capacity. So we will spell it out what is the financial capacity, technical capacity. That in the case of bidders not doing business within Sri Lanka, the bidder will be, if awarded the contract, represented by an agent. Then there should be agent in Sri Lanka. Equipped and able to carry out the suppliers, maintenance and repair and spare part stocks obligation prescribed in the condition of technical spec. That means that is a requirement. Agent should be able to provide all maintenance, stock, inventory, anything. The bidder meet the qualification criteria if listed in the bid data. Qualification criteria also given in the bid data sheet. Okay, those are the points that mentioned in data sheet. Okay. Now, 14.3 spare parts required for a minimum of 5 years of operation. Yes, you have put that. It is your writing. 15 amount of bid security, we have given the amount we have calculated, right? The bid security shall be valid. Again, this is also, yeah, we have given the date now. Date, specific date is given here. Not just the 30 days, valid 30 days beyond the validity of the bid. Beyond validity of the bid is something plus 30 days. Up to date is given now. Bid valid period is again the date and specific date is given. That's how you must learn. Address of bid submission, registrar, University of Mannar. IF title and name, everything is given in the bid notice, right? Deadline for this one, we have given the time and date. Time and the place, everything is immediately after the bid closing. You know the meaning of immediately now. At 10 p.m. on this date in the office of the registrar university. That is also correctly given. Evaluation. You see that evaluation pursuant to 20 ITB 5.3 A, B, C, D. Criteria for bid evaluation in addition to the bid price. In addition to the bid price shall be as follows. Now we read, if you want, what does it say? 3A, applicable. B, not applicable. C, if a mandatory requirement, the availability of spare parts and after sales, right. D, applicable. So in order to understand, go and see ITB post. What is this? Some are not relevant. That's why we say not applicable. Oh, I said some we can delete. Then you something like delete. Or we can say not applicable. Right? Oh, matter. Right? 25.4 applicable 0.5 per week or part of week of bid price. Delay, liquidate damage. 20, if you want, can read what does it say? Not applicable. C, spare parts and after sales service facilities in the purchaser's country. The cost of maintenance after the warranty period will be taken into consideration in evaluation. Bidders are required to furnish detail as requested. So in such a situation, bid price is something and maintenance and spare parts price is something. The evaluation committee should consider both. Say bid price is 100,000, maintenance is 25,000. His evaluated price is 125,000, right? Every year you calculate that and see only first year you have the cost and all other years you have the maintenance cost. All maintenance cost shall be added together to understand what is the total cost. 9.1 percentage of quantity increase or decrease. So that another condition is purchaser has the right to increase the quantity or decrease the quantity. Here we say we can increase 15 or reduce 50%. That basically there's a percentage. You cannot put 100% or 90%. There's a maximizing 30% or something is given. Right. So performance security, 10% of the contract, they say goods contract, no? Works contract, I think guidelines say maximum 5%. Right. Similarly, special condition also quickly we can look at. The following special condition of contract shall supplement the general condition of contract. Whenever there is a conflict, this will affect, right? The purchaser is Vice Chancellor, University. The supplier is, and bidder should fill this. ABC company, whatever. The project site is University of Mana. The country of origin, clause 3. All countries and territories as indicated in section 9 of the bidding documents, eligibility for that is relevant for World Bank, right? So the World Bank has put up condition, trade embargoes to some countries. No, normally that is not relevant to us. Performance security, the amount of performance security 10%. After delivery of acceptance of goods, the performance security shall be reduced to after delivery and acceptance of goods, the performance security shall be reduced to, what is this? Yeah, package wise they have given, right? Yeah. Performance security. 8% of the contract price at the end of the successful completion, first year. 5% of the contract price at the end of the successful completion of the second year. That's how we have given. The performance security will be released at the end of the successful completion of the warranty period. That is package 1. Package 3. And 2 and 3. Performance security will be released on satisfactory completion of the warranty period. Package 1 is different. Package 2 and 3 is normal. Delivery and document. Upon delivery of the goods to the transporter, the supplier shall notify the purchaser and mail to the following document to the document. I mean, say locally manufactured goods or imported goods. Once the goods are arrived to harbor, then supplier should arrange to deliver the goods to our project site. The delivery note or transportation note is something like that to be given to the purchaser. 2 copies of the supplier's invoice showing goods description, quantity, unit price, etc. Total amount to be given. So these are the documents: invoice, delivery note, manufacturers and supplier warranty certificate, certificate of origin, manufacturer's factory inspection certificate. That's what we have identified for the particular procurement. That depends on the different procurements you have to identify. The above document shall be received by the purchaser before arrival of the goods and is not received, the supplier will not respond for any consequent expenses. So these documents should send to the supplier before the goods are arrived. That's how normally they do. When the goods are shipped from Japan, for example, immediately inform to Japan Bank to local Bank of Ceylon, for example, and they once they ship, they send the document. Then purchaser will receive the document before arriving the goods to our harbor. In between, once the documents are received, we have to honor the letter of credit. Then they will get the money once the documents are received. So incidental services to be provided, other services, I sent installation and things like that. Installation providing relevant manuals during the stipulated period, and if necessary, training of personnel. If any additional cost is involved, it should be quoted separately. So based on the goods, we must mention that what are the incidental services you need. Installation is okay, but a separate training is required. Sometimes it is free of charge. If sometimes to train further, for example, sometimes they charge. Then they have to separately quote that additional charges. Then we consider that is as a part of the bid cost. Additional spare part requirement are in addition to our list. No, not necessary. Warranty, all warranty we have mentioned, 12 months, etc. The period of correction of defect in the warranty period is 7 days. Once we notify the purchaser, inform to the supplier or agent the document, the goods have defect, they have to act within 7 days. If not, that's a punishment. If the supply is being notified, fail to remedy the defect within 7 working days, the purchaser may proceed to take such remedial action as may be necessary at the supplier's risk and expenses. So we cannot wait for 14 days because we get it repaired, and that's the part of the cost of the supplier, and without prejudice to any right which the purchaser may have against the supplier under the contract. Maintenance service, everything is given here. Payments, the method and condition of payment to be made to supplier and this contract shall be follows. We mentioned earlier. So in addition, there's an advance payment and on delivery different, because this is given in our guideline. Earlier we say on delivery 80%, acceptance 20%, right? Here, more information, 10% of the contract price shall be paid within 30 days of the signing of the contract. When the contract is signed, we can pay, right? Advance payment. Again, the simple receipt of bank guarantee. Then bidder should give a advance guarantee. That is called a guarantee, advance guarantee. Otherwise, we cannot pay for the equivalent amount and in form of, that is called bank guarantee, called advance. Whatever the name, it's okay, advance guarantee. Yeah? Amount in form of provided in the bidding document. We will give an advance guarantee form also. I think you notice that. Okay, whatever, that is 10%. But our guidelines say if the supplier open the LC in favor of our name, say Vice Chancellor, University of Mannar, then we can pay 30%. Okay, that's our guideline. 70% of the contract price shall be paid on receipt of goods. Receipt of goods upon submission of documents and submission of documents. there's a I'll change. Earlier we say upon submission of documents. So we say receipt of goods and upon, because these are local things, no, not international things. The remaining 20% of the contract price shall be paid to the supplier within 30 days after the delivery acceptance certificate. That's how the payment condition in the contract data. Price adjustment is not applicable, not allowed. But in works contract, we give some provisions. Post-warranty maintenance, we have given under 17.1. Payment of post-warranty maintenance after 12 months for each year would be made in 6 monthly installments. We are not going to pay annual payments. We propose 6 monthly payment, commencing with the signing of the maintenance agreement. So, in addition to the contract agreement, supplier should sign a maintenance agreement. 2 agreements. We have given in the contract data. And on the suppliers satisfactory fulfilling the maintenance obligation in the prior 6 months, post-warranty maintenance agreement will be signed on completion of the sign when? Sign not at the time of sign on the completion of the warranty period. That's all. But I think we get the signature at the very same day anyway, that is given. Liquid damage, as we mentioned, a percentage is given, maximum 10% we say, okay. The rules of procedure, this is arbitration. There are various information given the condition of contract. We should have an amicable settlement and things like that. But finally, if not satisfied, either party, the arbitration proceedings is applicable according to the Act. So here the purchaser's address is given for notice and all. Okay, that's all given. These are schedule of requirement. This package 1, 2, 3, all information I said as item and reference package, all information is given based on technical information. Package by package they have given. This technical specific, I said, don't worry about this. This cumbersome thing. Only the technical expert should prepare. You just look at this. So how many information we should furnish to purchase computers? Yeah, we can just computer or printer is not simple, right? This package 3 different packages, I think. Yeah. No, this is package 3. This one package 3. Package 1, item 1. Okay, whatever is the different packages are given, you can just select that. So bidder's response column is there, yes or no. We know that when we come to evaluation, we see whether bidder say yes or no, or if say no, bidder give the remarks. Whatever it is, this is bidder's part, we give the information, specifications. All our technical information is given. You just imagine the purchasing of computers, printers, and UPS, but how many information we have to include, right? So those are the things we make a lot of mistakes. Some, even though this is prepared by technical expert, so the committee is responsible. Technical evaluation committee is responsible before they recommend whether these specifications are correct, right? If they don't have the knowledge, they can hire experts as a external member to the committee. So bid from, everything is this one. As we discussed earlier, price schedule, we should give this information. All other information should fill by the bidder. Okay. This information we give, these are filled by package here. 3 package, 3 schedules. Okay. I think exactly time is up. I don't know how it managed. I think we discussed important area of bidding document, national competitive bidding goods. All right. First, we discussed the standard documents and volume 1 and 2. Some are standard, some are standard. We have to give some our inputs, especially 2 documents. In addition to notice, we'll have to prepare notice, you know that, and bid data sheet and contract data, or sometimes we use special condition, particular condition, whatever the name, you will have to prepare, and some information in the schedules, price schedules, delivery schedules, and separately you have to give the specification based on technical submissions. Okay, that is the end of my presentation today. Next day we'll discuss. I sent that document earlier. Non-consultant services standard document for NCB, not National Computer Bidding Method for non-consultant services. This is good, no? That is completely a different document. If you look at that, you can go and download from the Finance Ministry non-consultant service document we develop under NPA. So after that, we'll try to discuss some other documents as I mentioned earlier. Up to now, that is what I can say. If you have any question, you can ask.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes.
Actually, we are working in contractor side.
Okay.
Sometime when during the bid document submission, there is
Okay.
a tender deliverable, technical and commercial. There is a list.
Okay.
Further to the tender deliverable, all the subcontractor, what we are doing, what are the tender documents we receive, like bid documents, everything we are signing and we are stamping and we submitting this all the document, instruction to tenderers and the condition, all particular
Yeah,
condition,
that,
everything.
yeah,
It
you
is
mean,
compulsory or not required?
no. You mean the construction of works, no? Works, no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I said. Those documents and the supplements are different. That's why I will discuss major contract, the major works contract document. After completing of bidding goods and services, I will go to works contract and design and build also. Then you will understand different documents, drawings and various other things. What is the contractor's part? What is the employer's part? Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
We'll discuss later, not immediately, because you don't mix up. This is goods. This is relevant to goods procurement. Okay, works is different. Non-consultant service is different. That's the beauty of these documents. And different methods different. Shopping document is different from the NCB document. NCB document is different from ICB documents. And goods documents are different from works document. Non-consultant service document. Again, works document, there are a couple of documents, design and build, turnkey projects, measure and pay. I mean, there's a differences are there. But we try to discuss at least couple of documents. Our time is limited because we are given limited time. And additionally, I discussed the information system procurement. That is very important now, right? Anyway, bidding document is a very complex subject area. Because of my recommendation, you got the additional presentation lectures. I think this is very useful. It's a very practical thing. It's part and parcel of the public officer side. Committees should know and officers should know. From the contractor side also important, as you said, how the contractor will fill up and submit a successful bid without being rejected the bid or becoming non-responsive. So those are important. I think very, very important from the contractor side, participants are here. I'm happy because earlier we issued a small booklet calling the how to success. That is called bidder's guide, bidder's side, how the bidder could submit a bid successfully. So maybe in the future we will issue a new guideline also. We have a lot of work to do. Right. Any other question, please?
Sir,
Yeah,
I would like to clarify one thing.
yeah,
So you told that the payments of letter of credits.
yeah.
So when making payments, do we
Okay.
book exchange rate forward? That mean, do we make a forward exchange rate or over the counter we when we need to pay?
Normally, that I think I mentioned you in our principles or whatever. We have to use selling rate at the time of bid closing or 28 days prior. That is our normal practice. Supposing we open the letter of credit before the crisis, for example,
Oh yeah.
that was say below 300, right? All of a sudden it became about 400, no?
Yeah.
So, but we have agreed upon to send $10,000, right? Then
Right.
whatever the price, it is 400 or 500, it is immaterial. The price disclosed at the bid opening, now it is, say, it came during the conflict period, say 400. Then you have to get the letter of credit for $10,000 at the rate of 400.
Right.
There's no problem. But in some cases, we can put a forward exchange rate also. Forward exchange.
That's
Yeah.
what I want to know.
Yeah, because then bidder has no risk at all, right? Right. Now
So that
the
means we
yeah,
can book the exchange rate when we open the LC.
yeah.
Right.
Open the LC based on the document. The document we say at the time of bid closing or 28 days prior. 28 days prior, for example, the exchange rate was 290.
Right.
290. That is considered for the evaluation purpose. Right? But actually, you open the LC at $400. Okay?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. If evaluation purpose 296, but you actually pay 400.
Right.
Got the
Right.
point?
Understood.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Clear. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Any other question, please? Shall we stop then?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. What do you like to have my absent period? You can discuss with Asari and other people and come back to me. Okay. But next week I will do. I think wait. What is the date? I'm saying next Wednesday we can do no anyway. 27th we do, right? Then problem comes 4th, 11th we can do. After 11 only I have a problem. Then you fix if you want to immediately do other things before my departure. Oh, I don't know whether your workload is also increasing when the exam closes, no? So you decide what to do. Right? I have to do basically these areas. National computer bidding, non-consult. Please note down, national computer bidding, non-consultancy service. That is another one. Another one, goods, international computer bidding. International, there's a completely different complex document. Goods. Another one, works contract, major works, CEDA major work. Another one, information system document, information systems, IS document. Another one, design and build contract. Finally, FIDIC contract, conditions of contract. Those are the remaining lectures. So you think and you discuss with our coordinators and come back to me. I am ready. Even 2 weeks per week, I don't mind before my. I also would like to finish this work because I also have other involvements, right? Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Good night.
Okay, good night.
Thank
Good
you,
night,
sir. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Asari,
Sir, I'm
Naduni.
Naduni. I'm here.
Naduni. Okay, we'll stop then.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you, Nadini.